This is how Zoro will turn his blade black. Theory time! To understand how Zoro will get his black blade, we must first look at the only two black blades we've seen and their wielders. First, we'll talk about Ryuma, the sword god, who carried Shusui. Ryuma himself most likely had haki because he had a black blade and the title of Sword God, a title only rivaled by world's strongest swordsman Mihawk. Shusui fought alongside Ryuma and over many battles became a black blade. Later on, during Thriller Bark arc, Ryuma handed this sword down to Zoro. Recently in Wano, Zoro returned Shusui as its national treasure in exchange for Enma. Next up is the one, the only, Yoru, wielded by Daddy Mihawk. Well, not much can be said about the origins of Yoru, or Mihawk for a matter of fact. Both are surrounded in mystery. Here's what we do know. Yoru is one of the 12 Supreme Grade blades. Only 5 have been shown in the manga. Recently, the 5th Supreme Grade sword was revealed in SBS 109, including Yoru and Mihawk 1, Shodai Kitetsu and Ethan Bitten Nesjoro 2, Murakumaguri with Whitebeard 3, and Ace and Gold Roger 4. Number 5, Fujitora and Yakuza Kasen. Now let's get into the theory. Let's talk inherited wills. Now I know what you're thinking. What does inherited wills have to do with swords? Well, let me explain. The connection between death and inherited wills are very frequently mentioned and played out in the One Piece series. They're some of the biggest reasons why our characters want to accomplish their dreams. For example, Luffy and Ace. Ace needed to die to push Luffy to the next level of resolve, and it's one of Luffy's biggest character-defining moments. Overall, Ace's death will be one of the biggest defining moments in Luffy's pirate journey to become the Pirate King. Another obvious example is Zoro and Kuina. Kuina getting no-diffed by those fucking stairs is the biggest reason why Zoro wants to become world's greatest swordsman. He now carries Kuina's inherited will. Diving deeper, we now know that swords can carry inherited wills and have their own personalities too. I believe the Grim Reaper that we had seen in Wano is the physical manifestation of Enma's personality. So in order for a swordsman to obtain the prestigious Black Blade, he must do 2 things. 1. He must establish a relationship or a connection between him and the sword's personality. That could be done by fighting together or near-death situations. And 2, the most important, the user must have complete mastery over advanced conqueror's haki. Once these 2 criteria are met, the user must permanently imbue their will/haki onto the blade. Now, if that sounds crazy, let me explain how Oda has already foreshadowed it. All the way back in the beginning of One Piece, chapter 97, titled Sundai Kitetsu, we see a young Zoro buying the cursed blade. During this sale, the merchant tells Zoro he can't sell the sword because of its past. Each swordman that has wielded this sword has tragically ended up dead. This sparks Zoro's interest, and in that moment, he chooses a battle between his luck and the sword's curse, the strength of his inherited will, or his arm. He states if he loses, he was never a man that would amount to anything special. And in that moment, he exerted his will over the previously untrustworthy cursed blade, claiming it as his. Let's skip ahead in this story, a little bit more recently, specifically Wano. Zoro gets his haki tested by Enma, and the only way to wield him is to control his haki. During the fight with King, Zoro controls Enma by exerting his haki over the blade and accepting his death without fear. By doing so, Zoro unlocks his advanced conqueror's haki and new technique, King of Hell. At the end of the battle, Zoro states, "I shall become the King of Hell." I believe this is very foretelling to Zoro's dedication in the future to mastering Conqueror's haki and fully controlling Enma. Also, recently in the new released SBS, it confirms Zoro has armament haki, and observation haki, and hints at Zoro's unlocked conquerors that isn't controlled yet. In conclusion, in order for Zoro to achieve his Black Blades, he must fully master his newfound advanced conqueror's haki and continue learning each sword's personality. I just want to give a big thanks to everyone for watching my verse video and sticking to the end. I will be uploading more content regularly. I will be trying for weekly to bi-weekly uploads, so please stay tuned. For now, if you like the video, please like and subscribe for more.